A long wait for legal help continues to plague criminal defendants across Wisconsin.
Fox 6 investigator Brian Polson shows you why it's not just defendants who are paying the price. Brian?
Hey, Ben and Steph, last year, state lawmakers and Governor Evers approved a boost in pay for both prosecutors and public defenders. But criminal defendants in some Wisconsin counties are still sitting in jail for months without a lawyer. How long is too long? That could be answered in a class action lawsuit.
You have the right to remain silent.
If popular culture has taught us anything about criminal justice,
anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law.
it's how to recite
You have the right to the presence of an attorney.
a Miranda warning.
If you cannot afford an attorney.
You cannot afford an attorney.
You cannot afford an attorney.
An attorney will be appointed for you.
One will be appointed to you.
One will be appointed to you.
But the right to a lawyer doesn't come from a Hollywood script.
This is a fundamental part of our democracy, of our society.
It's in the Sixth Amendment to the U.S. Constitution.
They just ignored it.
And that's why Calvin Eisen called the Fox 6 investigators.
It definitely needs fixed.
When Racine County charged Eisen with shooting a man over an unpaid debt last year, a judge set his bail at $20,000.
I can't afford $20,000, clearly.
For the next 3 months, he sat in jail without legal help.
They'll just continue, and they'll just continue.
The state public defender's office had no one available, and the first 250 private lawyers they contacted declined to take the case. And as the weeks went on, that number grew.
I have a huge concern.
And grew.
This is my second attempt without response.
And grew.
I have not been convicted in the court of law.
And grew.
He was super frustrated.
Patricia Hansen is the Racine County District Attorney.
I don't know if he's innocent or guilty.
It doesn't matter.
There was never a trial.
It doesn't matter because he had to wait so long to get an attorney.
But Hansen says delays like Eisen's have become routine.
I've never seen backups like this.
It's not just me, but it's numerous, countless, people.
It's everybody that's sitting in there waiting.
Melody Rose's husband has been in the Kenosha County Jail since October.
They're still attempting to find counsel for you.
Sean Rasmussen is charged with burglary and theft.
This is a prepaid call from John.
He tells Fox 6 he messed up his preliminary hearing while trying to represent himself.
I don't know what's going on. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what I should do, what I shouldn't do.
Every day he calls the public defender's office for help.
No, not today.
And every day
he gets the same message.
Probably give them about 3 more weeks, see if they can get counsel for you.
He qualifies for this. This is his right.
This is a tremendous problem right now within the criminal justice system.
Julius Kim is a high-profile criminal defense lawyer who says his field is struggling to attract new talent.
There are just less attorneys coming out of law school that are interested in criminal defense.
It can vary county by county.
Adam Plotkin says it's a problem that just got worse in Kenosha.
We had 2 attorneys who were accepting private bar appointments who left the practice, and that alone can have a pretty significant impact.
He's a lobbyist for the Office of the State Public Defender, which employs more than 300 staff attorneys across Wisconsin, each juggling up to 150 open cases at any time. The SPD farms out a third of its cases to private lawyers who've long complained about the paltry reimbursement rate. Last year, the state approved a long-awaited boost from $70 to $100 per hour.
It's definitely had an impact, but the budget wasn't expected to be a magic bullet.
It's a chronic problem. It is extremely widespread.
John Birdsall is among a team of criminal defense lawyers who are putting Wisconsin's public defense system on trial.
We've seen cases around the state where the courts are pressuring and sometimes even insisting that people go forward without a lawyer.
Last year, they filed a class action lawsuit in Brown County, where 388 defendants had been waiting at least 120 days for a lawyer, more than any other Wisconsin county. Racine and Kenosha counties were second and third. Milwaukee was 10th.
And it doesn't just affect like a particular pocket of the state. It's all over.
The lawsuit seeks to declare unreasonable delays unconstitutional, which begs the question.
What is considered a reasonable period of time?
The plaintiffs originally called for a 14-day time limit, but have since softened the language, seeking instead a new system of timely appointments.
When somebody's charged with a crime,
The clock is ticking.
Bonnie Hoffman is with the National Association of Criminal Defense Lawyers, and she says timeliness is vital to preserving video recordings, documenting physical injuries, and evaluating crime scenes.
We can't go back and recreate that evidence later. We can't remake that evidence. Once it's lost, it's lost.
But Hoffman says delays hurt more than just defendants.
It means leaving victims and witnesses in limbo.
If you're a victim on a case and you can't get your case heard because the defendant's sitting waiting for an attorney to be appointed, no progress is made.
By the time Calvin Eisen finally got a public defender in August, the state's key witness was gone.
And was not interested in returning to the state of Wisconsin.
So the DA dismissed the charges.
Because of the delay,
the case was lost.
After 6 months in jail, Eisen says nobody won.
I lost a lot, and now I'm back homeless.
Something has to happen.
Whatever the outcome, Melody Rose just wants her husband's case to get moving.
They're waiting for their ticket to freedom, or get this rolling, let's do this.
But the way Rasmussen sees it,
They already found me guilty because I'm sitting in jail.
the verdict is already in.
the state public defender's office says last year's pay boost is showing positive impact on staff turnover and a slight uptick already in applications. But Adam Plotkin says it is not enough to keep up with the demand for public defenders. He says part of the solution, from their point of view, is for prosecutors to be more selective about what kind of cases they are charging. Of course, prosecutors we talk to say they don't want to charge more cases. They're charging what they have to.
It's incredible. 3 months, the norm in Brown County for hundreds of people, just waiting to get the process started for these attorneys. So what's the status of the class action lawsuit?
Well, that's going to be a while, it sounds like. The attorneys for the plaintiffs tell me they are still in the discovery phase. In other words, the two sides are still collecting evidence, analyzing the evidence, interviewing potential witnesses, and so on. So bottom line, it's a long way before there's an answer. And for the time being, there's a lot of people just sitting in jail waiting.
Trying to get that resolution, though. Brian, good stuff. Thank you.
Thanks.